Day 2, 8:15 p.m. outside the terminal. Gah. I don't have the energy for this. Energy. Maddie's been running on empty for several days now. Especially with everyone watching me. Hope he packed enough conductors. My order form was pretty vague. I shouldn't be worrying about the conductors when I'm not even sure I can pull the whole thing off without some sort of major screw-up happening. Supplier knew I wanted the conductors for anyway, so he would have packed enough. Supplier. A good supplier knows enough about their clients to anticipate their needs. There's a certain amount of nosiness that is polite. And he knows that I've got Ashley helping me. Helping you with what, Madeline? Piss off, Ned. Rude. You should have respect your elders, you know. Elders. Ned is not a young man, even by the standard of semi-mortals. God, listen to you. The council made you soft, didn't it? Oh, respect your elders. Follow all of our totally arbitrary rules or we'll make up some cheap reason to destroy your business. My name's Ned and I love rules. You done? Yep. Cool. You sound wounded. Wounded. A steel chest plate can save you from a bleeding heart, but not a bruised ego. You should be nicer. Wow, sick comeback. Was it that guy you killed? What was it that guy you killed said? Oh Christ, I'm shot. Oh no, woe is me. Just a little throwback humor for you. Did I strike a nerve? Did I just what? Maddie. When Ned spoke next, it was in a deep, dark cadence, steeped in guilt and self-loathing. If Maddie had been able to see his eyes, she would have faced a withering glare. We're rapidly reaching a point of no return. I can no longer promise to shield you from the consequences from your actions. What you just did there, quoting one of my victims' dying words at me, that was low. Even for you. Frankly, I'm disgusted. You dare poke at my guilt? You dare. Let's talk about guilt, shall we? I don't suppose you might, let's talk about guilt, shall we? I don't suppose you might have anything weighing on your conscience right now, would you? As I thought. They may still weigh heavily on me, but I am absolved of my sins. Sins. Some moral debts take a lifetime to work off. Ned's had more than a few lifetimes. I've had 100 years to process that, and to redeem myself through my actions. Your sins are fresh. They're lance marks on your soul, deep cuts in your aura. Swallow your arrogance, novice. I know what you did. What you did? Maddie's sins weigh heavy on Ned's mind. They weigh even heavier on hers. And I can't wait to see how you plan to make this right. Episode 5. Rainy Moods. Day 2, 8:30 p.m. The terminal. Tuan, age 16. Thinks he's smart. Not antisocial, just shy. Read a bunch of Wikipedia articles on optometry and considers him somewhat of an expert. Hana, age 16. Knows she's too smart for her own good. Hobbies, people watching. Self-indulgent teenage angst. Taking advantage of the fact that she's too smart for her own good. So, I'm not sure that alcohol actually makes you feel anything. In fact, going by its chemical properties, I'd say it's just the opposite. I need new voices for these. Shut up, dork. We're planning a heist. Metaphysical debates about alcohol can come late after. But this isn't metaphysics. I'm just talking about simple chemical interactions with our brains. Chemical interactions. Juan is a guy who has the look of someone who knows more about chemical interactions than human interactions. Please take the energy you're putting in a pantry and redirect it towards the plan. Pantry. Hana is a girl who ordinarily down for wordplay, but right now she's too busy with physical shenanigans to have time for verbal shenanigans. The plan? The plan. What's the plan? I was thinking I could just reach over the bar and grab the first bottle I see. Sounds risky. Very chaotic neutral. What's your alignment then? Hold on one second. Okay, this is amazing. True neutral is Kashan. Neutral good is Shay. Don't know who this is right now. So chaotic neutral? No, lawful. This is lawful. Oh my god, that's great. So lawful neutral is Ned. Yeah, no, that's Ned. Chaotic evil is Ashley. I fucking love all of this. I suspect chaotic neutral is the girl we're talking about, Hannah, and this looks a little bit like lawful evil over here. So it looks like neutral evil is Maddie. Interesting. I wonder who the lawful good and lawful evil are. Or yeah, what's your alignment then? Neutral good? No? Uh-huh. I'd say I was lawful neutral, but that's the coward's option. Yeah. But getting back to the plan. Oh. Using your own pedantry to distract you was absolutely part of the plan. Wow. So little faith in me. Gotta minimize liabilities here. Liabilities. Anna's still learning to trust this guy. Doesn't have the look of an interloper, but you can never be too safe. You're out here chill playing checkers while I'm playing 6-dimensional upside-down laser chess. Shit. I've galaxy brain this, and now I'm holding the fruits of my labor. Don't you mean our labor? If you insist. Give me a closer look at that. What sort of fruit did we pluck from the booze tree? You're really stretching that metaphor out, huh? Yep. I don't recognize the language on this label. What? Let me look. What the hell? Huh. I don't recognize it either. Maybe it's a cipher. Cipher. A cider is made of fermented apple juice. A cipher is made of fermented word juice. Who'd make you read a cipher just to know what you're drinking? A sadist? Oh, we could ask Maddie what it is. She's a sadist, right? Sadist. What do you call a person who enjoys the empathic pain they feel from hurting others? Yeah, that idea sounds great. Let's go find her, apart from the fact that we specifically nicked it from her. Oh, right. You're meant to be the lawful one here, dude. We agreed on neutral good. Me not challenging your assertion does not make it an agreement. Regardless. Wait, hold on. I sense a dark presence. Do you feel it? No, I don't feel anything particularly spooky in the air. Yeah, me neither. Ah! Hello, children. I see you've stooped to petty thievery. Petty thievery. Some of the bottles on the shelf are old enough that swiping them would be an act of grand theft. Not this one, however. Alas, sprung. Can't believe my heist career is over so quickly. Aw, don't give up on your dreams, kids. Speaking of, do you know what happens when you drink this? I was assuming some sort of drunkenness. Does it make your teeth fall out? Well, last time I had a shot of this, I woke up in Adelaide. Wow. So the results was 700 kilometers worth of drunkenness and bad decisions. But I woke up 6 hours before I took the shot. Had to drive a rented car back to explain to Che why I disappeared without a trace and somehow accidentally time traveled. Holy shit, can we give it a try? God, no. You ever heard of liquor licensing laws? I'd end up in jail. I think it'd be an excellent formative experience. Yeah, if you're not perpetuating team drinking culture, you're a loser. Somehow I remain unconvinced by your passionate arguments. Well, we tried. You kids have way too much time on your hands, you know that? Better than not having enough, right? I'm utilizing my time to practice my skills. It's not wasted. Well, the non-existent industry sector that relies solely on the skill of reaching over bars and stealing bottles of enchanted booze is going to be lucky to have you. Aw, that's so validating. Thanks. Can I let you two, can I get you to a coffee or anything? Hot chocolate? I'm kind of busy tonight, but I'm hoping that brabbing you with free drinks will stop you from nicking my shit. I'll take a free drink. I feel guilty taking one since it was all Tuan's idea. Hey! But I'll graciously accept your offer. Neat. What will it be? Hot chocolates for both of us? Hot chocolates for both of us. Alrighty. 2 hot chocolates coming up. Seriously, don't steal anything else while my back's turned or I'll feed you to a Sprite Elemental. I wonder. Sprite Elemental? Maybe it's a metaphor. She's saying she'll eat us? Is she the Sprite Elemental? Oh no. Maybe the real Sprite Elementals were the friends we made along the way? I hate this. Fair. Samantha. Age 32. American? Visiting Melbourne for work. Devastatingly patient. Trust me, you kids don't want to meet a Sprite Elemental. Have you? Yep. Got pretty close to not making it out alive. I guess you're in a fairly exciting line of work then. Work. This woman's line of work might seem intriguing to someone looking from the outside, but to her, it's all business. It gets that way sometimes. But Sprite Elementals aren't exciting. They're terrifying. They suck all the air out of the room and make the world ache. And they don't die easy. Huh. That's kind of metal. You sure do need brass balls to face one down, that's for sure. And a steely gaze. What? Because steel is metal, and it was metal, and then you mentioned brass balls, so... Anna, please back me up. Nope. You brought this on yourself, mate. No. Nah, she's totally right. Oh, what's going on here? You bullying my customers, Samantha? Of course not. Good, because that's my job. You two should go enjoy the evening. There's a nice breeze blowing. You remembered my name. That's sweet. Sweet. Sweet isn't a word that people often use to describe Maddie. That's the kind of remark that says more about the person who's talking than the person they're talking to. Of course I did. You're interesting. Doesn't that describe everyone who walks through your doors, though? Absolutely not. Especially not in the way you are. Some people would take offense to that. Your boss must be very different to mine. Well, my old boss, I guess. I'm my own boss now, actually. My own boss? Maddie thinks she can make it all on her own. She just might turn out to be right. Apologies, your approach to hospitality work is very different from what I'm used to, is what I'm trying to say. Figures. Where do you work? Just some dive bar overseas. Wretched hive of scum and villainy. The owner would never shut up about treating every client like royalty. Sounds like a pain in the arse if you ask me. I'm not asking, Ashley, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. So, can I get you anything? Surprise me. You'd like me to pick you something? Yeah. Mind if I ask you a couple questions? Are they related to the drink? Yep. Shoot. Okay. What's your favorite white wine? You're not making me a wine cocktail, are you? No. I'm partial to a glass of Marcinet every now and then. Fancy. Next question. Have you ever read the star chart? Like an astrology? No. Why? I don't put any stock in mysticism. Hey, this place isn't mystical. It's built out of cold, hard facts. Mystical. To some people, this place seems otherworldly. For others, this is just the world they live in. I just don't know them all yet. Alright, fair enough. Last question. You're walking in the shallows of an ocean that seem to go on to the distance forever. Can't see any land aside from the sand under your feet. Whenever you step forward, the sand sinks just a little bit. As far as you can see, there's no way to escape. Drowning is the only possible outcome. What do you do? Wow, I feel like you're about to pull... Oops. Wow, I feel like you're about to pull out a Void Conf machine or something. It's obviously some sort of test. I run, swim, I dive when I can. And if I eventually drown, so be it. There's nowhere else to go and no point in sitting and waiting for starvation or sharks or someone to save me. I have to take action. Interesting. So what's the verdict? Samantha didn't get a response. Maddie's eyes had glazed over as soon as she answered the last question. Now she stood perfectly still, gazing intently at the rows and rows of dusty bottles lining dustier shelves. Her lips moved, but no words came out. As Samantha watched, a flask of red liquid twitched, seemingly of its own accord. Maddie craned her neck up at it and scowled. In response, a smaller bottle next to the first, surely one big enough to hold a few drops of something, began to glow. Her scowl shifted to a wry smile. Please, you don't need to open anything new on my account. Gotcha. Your answers were interesting. Interesting. Coming from some people, this might sound like a non-committal remark, but coming out of Maddie, it might be the most effusive praise you ever get. So were your questions? I'm still having a little trouble figuring out how they relate to each other, though. Is that important? I try to maintain a vague hope that maybe one day things might make sense. And until then, I just try to go with the flow, of course. Sorry for trying to psychoanalyze you there. Try? Do you think you failed? No. What's the verdict then? Well, for one, you tend to accept things as you see them. Don't try to interpret things based off unrelated frameworks or thought patterns. That said, you do try to make sense of the connections between things when you can. Connections. Maddie's pretty sure she has all the pieces. She's found that putting all the pieces together requires a bit more effort. But it's no big deal to you if you don't. You just mark it as an unknown variable and move on. And that reads to me as an intensely pragmatic approach. Would you agree? I suppose. You're the sort who doesn't buy drinks to enjoy them. You buy them as camouflage, to hide your face behind. Camouflage. If you're experienced with pretending to be something you're not in order to blend in, you might develop a talent for recognizing when others are trying to do the same. To project a veneer of being untouchable while you watch. Watch what? Everything, I suppose. You take everything in the same way I do. So you're saying that I'm attentive, but that I don't worry about instantly understanding how things are interconnected? Because you're confident that eventually I'll understand it anyway. How do you figure that? You've been watching my hands this whole time. Is that weird? To watch an attractive bartender mixing a very fancy-looking cocktail? To appreciate a craft? No. But given with how interested you are in what my hands are doing, I'd wager you've got some experience in my field. So are you just really bad at picking up on when you're being flirted with? Or... It's fine, sweetie. In fact, it's pretty cute. I meant an alchemy. The field of alchemy. Uh-huh. I'm sure you're very accomplished in alchemy. Just take the drink. Shit. This is real good. Yeah. Too good to ignore, yeah. It's smoky, but bittersweet. Bittersweet. It's the contrast with the bitters that really make you appreciate the sweetness. Or is it the other way around? Almost makes me feel like I'm reaching the end of something. Like I've got a lump in my throat from saying goodbye. But I can't quite tap into that feeling. Like, what did you even put in this? Mezcal, artichoke bitters, golden heart bitters, and a slice of Gorilla Lime. Gorilla Lime? Can't be a real thing. Well, it's just hard to acquire. Called that because if you bite into one, it feels like you got punched by a gorilla. Physically? No, emotionally. Ah, makes sense. I am not... Wait, is that just some random dude saying I'm not... Is that Shay saying I am not a wizard? Okay. I'm not a wizard. Prove it. That guy, the boss you mentioned? Yeah. He good to you? I'm sorry? Does he treat you well? Yeah. To a fault, actually. Far past the point where it's rational for him to still be nice to me. Rational. No one's ever accused old Che of being rational. That doesn't stop him from trying to be the voice of reason. Good. Actually, I'm sorry, that reminds me. I have to dash. Got some setup work for a project to finish before the sun comes up. Project. Maddie rarely engages in careless shenanigans, so when she's up to something, you better be on your guard. But without you here, who will enable my latent alcoholism? You can just reach over the bar and grab the gin. Tonic's in the bar fridge. Will do. Come back soon, though. I'd love to discuss alchemy with you some more. Uh-huh. Catch you later. Wait, one last thing. What was the meaning behind the question about what wine I like? Oh, I was just curious. God, the character development in this is just sterling. So now we're in the approaching the time period of the flash forward. That's the last one, I reckon. Does it have the magic caps in it? I think so. You can just call them caps, you know. They're built for something different. I refuse to use non-specific language. Uh-huh. Yeah, they're in here. Okay, what about the thing? You'll have to be a little more, oh, you know, the thing, the sparky thing, electric. Sparky thing. Ashley likes having friends who can understand her even when she fails to be specific. Sweetie, how long have you been awake? It's better if you don't know if I think. You mean the voltage regulator? That's the one. Good job. It's in the other boxes. I don't think we needed the other one, though. Are you kidding? The last one literally melted. It's a good thing I have an extremely sick metal arm, otherwise I would have been badly injured. Ashley's metal arm is a point of pride. She wouldn't trade it for anything, not even the arm that it replaced. Yeah, thank goodness. Is there anything missing? I shall check. Need some espresso? I think I'll literally die if I have any more. Hey, that's really mature of you. Nice job. Yeah, whatever. You can give me some chocolate if you want. Chocolate. Don't tell Ashley that chocolate has trace amounts of caffeine. At least it's not more espresso. Sure thing. Be back in a moment. Oh, hey dude, where you been? Hey, just chilling. Not too much to do when you're waiting to die. Hey. Come on, Cooper, I know you're heading down there somewhere. Hey dude, welcome home, man. Hold this, will ya? Oh, really neat, Rock. Did Ned really say that? Yeah. You believe it? I'm not sure. Well, it's not a lie. Lie. The most dangerous lies are the lies we tell ourselves. But, it's not the whole truth either. And I don't quite have the time to untangle it for you. Untangle? Maddie's the sort of person to weave tangled webs without too much consideration for who's going to have to untangle them. I've got a hungry teenager downstairs in a summoning ritual to complete. Ah, she's a part of this too. Don't you take that judgy tone with me. Hey, far be it from me to moralize at you. Getting a lot of that these days, mate. Just trying to keep everyone happy. Tough gig. I'll say. Alright now, if you can solder those two wires. No, not those ones! Bloody hell. Who programmed you? I bet she's a jerk. Incredibly intelligent, but a very bad programmer. Ashley has learned how to program her. Ashley has learned exactly how to program exactly the minimum amount she needs to, and not one iota more. You're talking about yourself, right? What? Wow. You're really out of it, huh? Where'd you even pull this from? Leg holster? You aren't wearing a leg holster. Arm holster? Your prosthetic? Hold 6 million knives. Don't question me on this. I'm the expert here. Mm-hmm. Hey, need a hand? Dude, you should check yourself before you fucking wreck yourself. No, that's not what I meant. Oh. Yeah, I guess you can help. Before I ask what you need, what are you even doing? Maddie mentioned a summoning circle. That's something like that. You ever wanted to live forever? I'll trade that for just having a second chance, honestly. Well, grab me that box, please. You can't just leave that hanging like that. Watch me. And while you watch me leave you hanging, you can go get the box. Thank you. Yeah, so, this is really heavy. What's even in here? A couple 100 meters of heavy gauge copper cable. Bunch of capacitors, and I'm going to leave the wire, and I'm going to wire together soon. Copper cable. In a basement full of magical items, this copper wire might be the thing most in danger of being stolen. It's easier to flip, at least. And some various bits and bobs. That would definitely explain the weight. Oh, there's also a bunch of clamps. So, what do you need? Validation. Chocolate, coffee, a school system that doesn't punish me for having weird and niche interests. I meant more, communism. Communism. Ashley is a real party girl. I don't think I can get you communism. Sorry. And isn't Maddie already getting you the chocolate? You're a terrible comrade, Kishan. If I wasn't close to hitting the LD 50 of caffeine, I'd ask you some coffee. So all you can do right now is give me that sweet validation. Okay. You're a real thumbs up? Good human. I don't know what sort of validation you want here. I feel like I'm stuck in a loop of trying things that are inevitably going to fail, and I don't know how much of it's my fault for not being good enough at monumentally difficult task. I'm used to being effortlessly good at things, but I feel like my brain is full of bees on this one. And can I deal with failure? I don't think I can. I'm not equipped for failure. My entire perception of myself is that I'm good at things. I'm gifted and talented and incredibly afraid that I'm going to let people down at a vital moment. This is that vital moment. And I just sit here, paralyzed. And I rationally know that a lot of this pressure is just me being hard on myself, but Maddie and I, we tried this already, and we failed pretty badly, and it was a disaster. Disaster. For Ashley, of all people, to call something a disaster, must have been real catastrophic. I can't understate how badly it turned out. So even with all the prep I'm doing, is this enough? Did we learn enough to do it properly? Numbers and formulas and hard science are good, but I can't shake this feeling that I'm going to screw it up for everyone. And I'm so afraid of letting Maddie down. Afraid. There are few things we fear more than disappointing the people we love most. That's heavy as shit, mate. You reckon? Fully, yeah. I don't know what to say to that except that I don't think Maddie would ever feel let down by you. I know I've only been here for like 2 days, but her and Chase seem to really care about you. And I'm sure that extends to accepting you for who you are, limitations and all. Though honestly, I think you give off a pretty strong vibe of not giving a shit about your limitations. Or that you indiscriminately power through them with some sort of raw caffeine-fueled fury. Anyway, you're immensely powerful, and I'm terrified of you. Fair enough. I was never really super smart or gifted or anything. Gifted. Sometimes the people who think they're not gifted were just never made aware of their gifts. I just floated through school and work and never focused on much except having a good time. I can definitely imagine the sort of pressure you'd have on you, though, especially given how big this task looks. Yeah. So, well, I can't say for sure that this thing is going to be easy or even successful. Easy. In the terminal, it can feel like nothing is easy. Even Sunday mornings come with their own set of trials and tribulations. I do think it's important that you work on giving yourself a break from the weight of your own expectations. But it's not an easy thing, I'm sure. But my boyfriend is similar. He's very hard on himself when he feels like he's letting himself down. So, it doesn't go away? I don't think so. I just think it gets easier to deal with as you learn to be more empathetic to yourself. Self-forgiveness and all that. Self-forgiveness. It's often hardest to forgive someone when you're aware of all their flaws. It definitely took him a good few years to even begin to be able to deal with his self-imposed shame. I guess I can try that. You can try that, or you can continue feeling super bad about yourself all the time. I mean, when you put it like that. Right? I hate how rational you sound. I know. I'm disgusted at myself. Sup, nerds? What's going on in this thread? What? You're suddenly in a good mood. I maybe ate some of your chocolate. Maybe Maddie ate some chocolate. Maybe grass is green. Oh, I swear to God, if there isn't any left. Yes, we've been over this before. You'll comprehensively murderize me. Murderize? You'd hate it if someone failed to be comprehensive when they went about murderizing you. I've seen some incomplete murderizing attempts, and they ain't pretty. Don't worry, I only ate a little bit. Excellent. Is this enchanted chocolate or just normal chocolate? Normal. What about unenchanted dark chocolate? Where does that fall on the normal, abnormal chocolate spectrum? Does he deserve to know? I don't know. Kind of like the mystery. It's completely normal chocolate, isn't it? Maybe. Maybe not. Can I have some then? Come on. You owe me. For what? Helping you set all this up. Oh, yeah. That's fair. This is totally normal chocolate. Yeah. Did you expect it to not be that? Well, you implied. We never implied. You came up with that all on your own. Damn it. Alright, I'm bored. Later, Darks. Don't you run off on me, miss. This magic cap bank isn't even half done. I'll do it later. For now, I'm gonna go take a nap under that table. If anyone disturbs me... Come on. You'll be happy? Confused? Ticklish? Extra hungry? I will mention me in your diary. Diary. Maddie doesn't keep a diary. All those thoughts and memories just stay cooped up in her head. One day she's going to run out of space or sanity. I will exact terrible revenge on both of you later. Jeez, that phrase definitely doesn't start with an M. Bye. I'm not being too hard on her, am I? You? Nah, she thinks you're great. Huh, good. I could probably stand to give her a break, though. Break. There are a few people who appreciate a break more than Ashley, especially when it's a break from Maddie. I mean, I'm expecting a lot from her right now. She does seem a little overloaded. Fuck. But she'd tell me if things were too much, right? I don't know. Just seems like she idolizes you. Idolizes. Idolatry is a sin, isn't it? It can't be healthy behavior. Oh, I reckon she's pretty happily burn herself out for you, you know. I just need her for the next 4 or 5 hours, then everything will be okay. Is that what you're planning on performing the ritual? This thing? Yeah. What's it for, anyway? Conduit ritual. Super forbidden magic. Oh, cool. Are you actually cool with this, or? Not usually, actually. Why is that? Well, you know, I was talking to Ned earlier, and actually, don't worry about it. It's fine, I don't care. What's it do? You know how I took a couple hours from you down here? Vividly. This is just a bigger scale version of that spell. Higher capacity. Who are you taking hours from? Nobody. Don't worry about it. You're at a deficit already. Deficit. When you get deep enough into the hole, you kind of stop worrying about climbing out of it and just accept your fate. I can't touch you. Right. Okay. So even if you're lying right now, shouldn't you have taken enough to pay off your debt multiple times at this point? Huh. The hours weren't for that. Hours. Or maybe it just felt like hours. We hard to judge time when you're wandering around aimlessly. What the hell did you do with them then? Where'd they go? For our research, we used the following materials. Wire of copper, heavily drawn. Jasmine chalk, not Dover. Sustained electrical supply of at least 20 volts, car battery. Capacitors comprised of blank. Need better durability. However, we believe extra components are required. Our conduit's properties varied with the layout of our summoning circle, and despite departure of our test subjects during our trial, we were able to ascertain a number of efficiency-oriented refinements. Refinements. Certain kinds of optimization require a real dedication to craft, as well as the absolute necessity of a living but non-sentient vessel to act as a so-called storage container. More testing is required, though obtaining a willing subject for future methodology evaluations without attracting the attention of the Council will be difficult, to say the least. I stored them. All those hours are in this tree. I miss eating. Why? What was your diet like? I remember. Sushi. Sushi? I thought you said you were a crab. What? You think crabs aren't dexterous enough to make sushi? Unquestionably, yes. What is sushi? It's delicious. That's what it is. Rice and fish and seaweed. Humans eat it. And crabs. I just don't know where a crab would find rice or a way to make good sushi. I also eat garbage. Yes, I also eat garbage on occasion. Unbelievable, you two. Unbelievable. Garbage is good for the soul. Garbage is garbage. It's in the name. What did you eat when you were alive then? Grass. Just normal grass. Boring. and tree roots sometimes. There are tree roots here, yes? Yes, there are. Why don't you chomp on them? Well, I'm not hungry. We don't eat. Also, more importantly, they are powerfully magic. Maddie needs them. If we damage things that Maddie needs, then Ashley will be disappointed in us. A suboptimal state of affairs. I can feel the power in them too. However, I do not feel compelled to chomp on them. What a strange thought. Love to chomp. Chomp sushi. Chomp sandwiches. Chomp garbage. You're so weird.